Hi everyone, and welcome to my second Doctor Who End of Time figure review. And as you can see, this time I'm going to be reviewing the Master in Dark and Dirty Clothes. Now, my mum got this for me yesterday from Argos. It cost £8.99 and I was really happy to get it. She also got me the Narrator, which I'm really happy to have. This is an absolutely brilliant figure. I'll also be doing a review of this sometime soon. Now before I will start reviewing the actual figure, I'm going to show you a couple of pictures of the packaging it came in. Okay, so here's the Master in the new End of Time packaging, which is absolutely brilliant. The packaging is exactly the same to that of any other End of Time figure, but obviously the card is different because this is the Master. And also on the right hand side of the packaging you can see John Simm's head, and the back of the packaging is exactly the same as well. Okay, so now onto the actual figure. Okay, so here is the actual figure. Now I have noticed that a lot of people have been saying that this figure looks absolutely terrible because it hasn't got a very good likeness to John Simm. Now from the front I don't think it looks much like John Simm at all. But from the side, I think it looks a bit like him. The head has actually got some really nice detail if you look closely at the cheeks here, because you can see that there's been some stubble painted on. You can just see it on both of the cheeks there if you look at it closely. But it's absolutely brilliant that there's been stubble painted on this figure, because I never thought that they'd actually do that with this figure. Now I am actually quite disappointed with the hair on this figure of the Master, because the Master in the End of Time had completely blonde hair, but on the actual figure it's brown and blonde, which I think is really quite annoying, because the prototype of this figure had completely blonde hair and the Master in the End of Time had completely blonde hair, but the actual figure doesn't, which I think is quite a big disappointment. But I think the detail on the rest of this figure is absolutely brilliant. As you can see, the hoodie has been done very nicely. It's very dirty in quite a few places and there's a lot of creases on it, which makes it look very lifelike. Here is what it looks like from the back. Really like the way the hood has been sculpted. It looks absolutely brilliant. The red shirt, or part of the red shirt down here, is quite dirty as well and also has quite a bit of creases, or quite a few creases actually. The legs have been done very nicely as well. There's a lot of creases on the trousers, especially at the bottom. And as you can see, his trainers have been very nicely made as well. And they're also very highly detailed. Now, moving on to articulation. The head can turn from side to side. I'm not sure if it can turn 360 degrees, but I think that if it can turn 360 degrees, I'll probably get some scratches on the neck here. The arms can turn 360 degrees from the shoulders. They can swivel 360 degrees at the biceps. They can move up at the elbows. Also, the hands can swivel 360 degrees. Hang on, I'll just get the arm back into the right place. Can move at the waist a bit. The legs can move outwards, move backwards and forwards, and swivel at the thighs. Also, the legs can bend at the knees. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the detail and articulation for this figure. I think the detail on it's great, and I think the articulation on it is also great. But as I said before, I think the hair on this figure should have definitely been painted completely blonde, like it was on the prototype of this figure. And I also think that for this figure, the skeleton head should have been included with this figure. When I say skeleton head, I mean the head that the Master's head was morphing into during the End of Time. Normally when he was sort of zapping the Doctor or Rassilon with his weird lightning stuff. So, out of 10, I give the End of Time Master figure a 8 out of 10. It's got great detail, great articulation, but I'm really disappointed that the head or the hair has not been painted completely blonde like it should have been, and I'm also very disappointed that there wasn't a swappable skeleton head with this figure. Okay, so that's it for my review of the End of Time Master figure. I hope you've enjoyed it. Next time I'll be reviewing the narrator, aka Rassilon. Okay, so bye for now, YouTubers, and I hope you are all looking forward to my next review.